Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm playing some more Legacy today, and I'm going back to my roots a little bit and playing another Show and Tell deck. This time, though, instead of having sneak attacks, I have Allurens. So this is the cool Aluren Show and Tell Acererak combo deck that's been kind of floating under the radar a little bit. I think the deck's good though, so I wanted to try it out, see if I could get wins on the board this time around. Yeah, the deck's pretty normal as far as show and tell decks go. You've got your Atraxas, your Omniscience, but now we have the Aluren package as well. In the sideboard, we've got ways to go a little faster. We've got hate against graveyards. We've got hate against the car. So I think this should be a pretty good league. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm on the play here in round one. I've got a very fast show and tell into Omniscience, but I don't have anywhere to go after that. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this anyway, because all it takes is finding something to do with this Omniscience, some cantrips or anything like that. So let's try it. I'm going to go ahead and lead on this hedge maze, just look for something to do. There's a Force of Will. I don't really think I want that. That's not my something to do with this Omniscience if it's in play. Opponent got Polluted Delta into Underground Sea and a Ponder. Okay, let's see if we can draw something to do. Nope, just more Ancient Tombs. Okay, so with that being the case, I'm just going to play this Misty so I can fetch another Surveil land in the instep. Opponent's got a Bloodstained Mire. That's a little more interesting, I think. Let's see if they show us another color here. Yep. All right, so this is Grixis, a Baleful Strix. Okay, cool. Go ahead and fetch my other hedge maze here. Put this Flooded Strand in the graveyard and hope to draw something good. A second show and tell. That's still not useful. Okay. Seeing a little bit of a fail state here, which I knew was a little risky when I kept the hand, but I figured between all the surveilling and drawing, I could find something to do after putting this Omniscience into play. Opponent's got Undercity Sewers, dumping a Swamp. Strix will hit me for 1, and we'll go back to my turn. Draw something good. Okay, that still doesn't help. So now I have both the Omniscience and the Aluren, 2 show and tells. I'll just play another Ancient Tomb and continue to do nothing. Orcish Bowmaster coming in there in my instep. That's fine. Does mean I'd have to go the Aluren route if I go for the Acererak line, so that I can do it all over top the Bowmaster pings. Okay, here we go. We found a stock up. I suppose I will play another Ancient Tomb. Maybe not. We might find a different land that I care more about playing. I'll cast a show and tell, which I could, I guess, just stock up here and then send the show and tell. Cling to Dust. Exiling my Force of Will. Okay. Okay, they've got a force. That's fine. Do I just send another show and tell? Sure. All right. Put Omniscience into play. Opponent didn't put anything into play, it doesn't look like. I will cast this stock up. Finds Acererak and stock up. Perfect. Put those in any order. I can stock up again. Atraxa and what am I looking for? Oh, if I find a Veil of Summer, then I don't even have to worry about the Bowmaster stuff. So we'll do a Atraxa stock up. Atraxa. There's a Veil. So instant, sorcery, Besage's land. That's all we found. Only a 3-card Atraxa, but it found the card I needed. So that works for me. I will put the Aluren into play. And then Acererak. All right, they concede. Cool. So as far as sideboard things go, Carpets and Veil of Summer could be good. Because they are a Force of Will deck, I might come down on my Force of Wills. They're just likely to be better at fighting me on that axis. Veil, 2 Carpets, 2 Force of Vigors to spec against any graveyard hate they might be, or like artifact-based hate that they might bring in. Trim a couple forces, cut Spell Pierce. Probably trim one basic island. Although they're probably a deck that will attack my mana. They go all the way off of force. I don't know if that's right, but it is what I'm going to try. Okay. This hand is not keepable. A mulligan. Here we've got Force of Vigor. No, I guess Atraxa is a green card to pitch to it. Dock up, Brainstorm to see more cards. Yeah, I don't know that my job is to go super fast, so I think this is fine to keep. I'll put Besage on bottom. Opponent's fetching with a Scalding Tarn. Grabbed a Volk and has a Tamiyo. Okay. New axis for us to fight on. Okay. Ponder is better than Brainstorm. Happy to see that. Okay. So I could draw the Scalding Tarn now, just in case they try to Thoughtseize. And then grab this Show and Tell next turn for if they don't. So let's do Ponder, Show and Tell, Scalding Tarn. Don't shuffle, and pass the turn. Tamiyo's going straight to making a clue. Opponent's got a basic swamp. And there's the Thoughtseize. Yep, so this is why I did not draw the Show and Tell right now, although I will lose my Atraxa here, most likely. Yep, lost the Atraxa. They've got a Brainstorm, so they're going to flip their Tamiyo. I do need to find an answer to that, or I will simply lose to it. Okay, there's the Show and Tell that we knew about. I think I will play this fetch land and then cast Brainstorm. Or I guess I can do that in the other order. I'll cast Brainstorm first. Carpet's a pretty sweet find. I can shuffle away, stock up, and well, now I don't really need Show and Tell at the moment. But I don't know if I really want to shuffle it away. I think I'll shuffle away, stock up, and basic forest. Play the Scalding Tarn. Go ahead and fetch here. Grab a tropical island, put carpet into play. I will use the ability to make blue to cast a ponder. I don't know that I care about grabbing any of these right now, so I think I will shuffle. We found a ponder anyway. Another island. Opponent's not worried about my carpet of flowers. They've got their own ponder. Tamiyo is buying back Thoughtseize. That's fine. My hand kind of sucks anyway. Although they'll probably take the stock up, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, they took the Show and Tell. They're afraid of me just top decking something to Show and Tell. That works for me, which I wouldn't have cast that Aluren right now anyway. Go ahead and use carpet. Make blue again. Cast a stock up. Looks like they have a pyro for my stock up. That's pretty sad. Okay, well, let's cast Ponder. Okay, I have Acererak here. As long as they don't Thoughtseize me again, this should be good. I will hide the Acererak and draw the Atraxa just as a green card for this force. Don't shuffle, draw Atraxa, and pass the turn. Tamiyo ticks up again. There's another Ponder. Reanimate targeting my Atraxa. That's not great for me, but I can't do anything about it. Revealed a bunch of cards. Notably no Force of Wills in here. That's pretty lucky for me. They might have one in hand already, and there's lots of blue cards here. The Bowmaster, they can't cast right now, so that's not a problem. They chose Bowmaster, Polluted Delta, Brainstorm, Flow State, Narset. Looks like that. Oh, they've got a fetch, so now they could get the Bowmaster into play if they want. Still doesn't matter, though. I do have Aluren, so I can just go over top. The real question is just whether or not I can stick this. Yes, use carpet, make green, and put Aluren on the stack. Emergency Brainstorm. Hopefully it doesn't find anything. All right, Aluren's in. Cast Acererak. Okay, I want... Oh, I can just do Tomb of Annihilation. I have way more life than my opponent. Oh, but I can't do Tomb of Annihilation because then I can't loop. So it is Lost Mine of Phandelver. Goblin Lair. I don't think it matters. We'll go Mine Tunnels. Dark Pool. Yield to that one. Okay. Bottom. Go back into the Lost Mine. Tunnels again. Dark Pool. All right. They concede. They can tell that I know what I'm doing. All right. Cool. So that was my first time doing the dungeon loop, and I think it's super cool. I'm excited for the rest of this league. Let's go on to round 2. On the play again here in round 1 or round 2, and this hand has a lot of pieces but only one land. I don't think I can reasonably keep this. I'm going to mulligan. This is a lot better. I can keep this, bottom one of the stock ups, and hope to draw Aluren. Do I bottom a stock up? Do I bottom hedge maze? No, I can just play hedge maze on turn 1. We'll bottom 1 stock up. Opponent mold to 5. Hopefully that doesn't mean that there's some turbo fast combo deck. I may be one of those myself, kinda, but not right now. not with this hand. I'll just play my hedge maze, surveil away hedge maze, and pass. Opponent has wooded foothills for a basic forest. And Findhorn elves. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I'm excited about it. Are they playing like combo elves maybe? That'd be fun. I'll put the Scalding Tarn into play and pass the turn. Opponent has another Findhorn elves. And Wirewood Symbiote. Okay, yeah, this is elves. Sweet. Another show and tell is not really what I was looking for. I'll play this island. Go ahead and fetch a Trop and play stock up. Okay, Atraxa is something to do with the show and tells. Let's take Atraxa and one of these 3 ponders. I'll pass the turn. Now next turn, assuming I have a next turn. I don't know if elves can kill me from this point. Assuming I have a next turn, I can put Atraxa into play. They've got another wooded foothills. Yep, just getting another forest. Badger mole cub. That's not what I expected. Okay, cool. They're doing a lot of cool stuff that just doesn't matter because I'm playing something super unfair. Another Wirewood symbiote. Oh, Domri. Okay, cool. The symbiote's going to get me for 1. That's just fine. Oh, well now I can just win. I can just Aluren instead of Atraxa. That works for me. Put Aluren into play. Cast Acererak. And they scoop. Alright, to the sideboard. Elves. I think Engineered Explosives is probably pretty good against that. They're probably natural order, so Cage is probably good. Spell Pierce is likely bad. They're going to pretty much be all creatures and also have a lot of mana. Is there anything else here that I think... I could just try and go faster with Lotus Petals. I don't think that really matters. Veil of Summers don't do anything here. Almost certainly. So maybe I can get the petals in. Do I need forces either? Oh, I can counter some of their stuff if I need to. Yeah, okay. This is the change. Just go a little faster and bring in some hate pieces. This hand has Ponder, 2 Allurens, and a bunch of land. Ponder likely can help fix things a little bit. I don't know if I trust it. I'll try it. I'm a game ahead. I can try something like this. Opponent has their foothills into a forest, I'm guessing. Unless they suddenly show me... Okay, they do have Bayou, so I could have kept the Veils in, but I don't know that it's necessary. They've just got Llanowar Elf here. Okay, I drew an Atraxa, so now I'm just really on the hunt for a show and tell. I think I'm going to lead on this tropical island. I can potentially find a brainstorm at some point to shuffle away this hedge maze. I'll start pondering. I don't want any of that. That's just a bunch of lands. Shuffle. We drew another Atraxa. That's not helpful at all. Hopefully I get the bad draws out of the way before they kill me. They've got Boseiju as a land. 3 mana. This is a Zenith. Yep, Zenith for 2. It's the Badger Mole. Yep. Gonna turn Boseiju into a creature and pass the turn. Drew another land. That is terrible. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play this hedge maze because I'm not doing anything else. Okay, stock up can set me free. I'll leave that on top and pass. I probably should have mulliganed looking for engineered explosives. I think if I get an explosives down, this deck's just gonna lose, but that's okay. Hopefully stock up sets me free. Fetching again. They've got 4 mana in the pool. Fetched Dryad Arbor. Is this natural order for Crater Hoof? Yeah, this probably is just me being dead. Actually, is this lethal? Yeah. Okay. Well, no, it's not, but I don't know that it matters. We see what the stock up finds, but I can't imagine I can't do anything after I cast the stock up, right? Yeah, okay. I'll just concede. That's fine. They got to do the thing way faster that time. I'm going to go in with the same deck. I think that was just a bad mulligan decision. Okay, this has Force and blue cards and Aluren and Acererak. It doesn't have any green mana or any acceleration or any hate pieces for them other than the Force, which I guess is fine. If I force natural order, I'm probably still pretty okay. All right, I'm going to keep it. Island, Ponder, don't let me down. Ugh, yikes. I have to shuffle this. I can't risk it. Like, the Ancient Tomb is fine, but the rest of it is terrible. Perfect. Okay, that is so much better. Now I can brainstorm next turn, feeling a lot better because I have a fetch. They've got a Findhorn Elf right off the bat. Okay, we drew a stock up too. That's really nice. I think here it's Brainstorm. Found more lands and a Ponder. Let's put the Ponder and the Tropical Island back. Play a fetch land, and I could go ahead and fetch and then Ponder. That does leave stock up as my only blue card for this force unless I hit a different blue card. I think I'm okay with that. I don't think it's quite force of will time anyway. Let's grab a Tropical Island, start getting green mana going here. Play a Ponder. Okay, there's a show and tell. Let's do Omniscience on bottom, then show and tell, then Ancient Tomb, and then pass the turn. They have shown us black mana. They could conceivably have Thoughtseize, so we'll keep the show and tell hidden just in case. Elvish Visionary, that's just fine. Not worried about that. Cradle, that's pretty good. Zenith for 1, I don't think I care about that either. All right, I can't counter their green spells. That's fine. I don't think I'm going to need to. Okay, let's play Ancient Tomb and then cast Show and Tell. Put Aluren in. Ooh, they had their own Atraxa. That makes sense. I can just go over top of this Atraxa. Then they never get any cards. Oh no, they did have something. Okay. Yeah, I can't counter the Force of Vigor. Oh, I'm gonna get smoked. Okay. So because I just got smoked, what do I do here? I guess it's still probably just the Lost Mine. I'll scry 1. Okay, the Omniscience is on top. That's no longer helpful. Put that on bottom. Yeah, okay, you've got Atraxa. They found a bunch of cards that I'm super unexcited to see, including Choke. If they play Choke, I am just completely cooked. Wow. All right. Elves got me with the Uno reverse. That was awesome. Not upset about that. I should have thought about Force of Vigor when the Shepherd came in, but I mean, I was not on the level to counter the Zenith for 1. And then if I had done that, I still don't have a counter for the Force of Vigor anyway. Cradle taps for 4 and then gets replaced by a new Cradle. Badger Mole Cub's gonna turn that Cradle into a creature. That's a billion mana. Okay. Another Cub. Turn the other land into a creature, sure. And then is this natural order for Craterhoof to explode me? There's the Choke. Sweet. I mean, I think I lose to that on its own. I just want to see what else they do. 10 mana. That's so dumb. All right, here's the natural order. I'm gonna let them do it. The opponent's been cool in chat. I'll let them continue. Oh yeah, they get to make everything base 5/5 as well. How dead am I? I just want to see how big this negative number can get. -50. Very nice. GG's, opponent. That was very fun. On to round 3. I'm going to play again in round 3 with a hand that just needs one more land to kind of do things, assuming I find Acererak off of all of these cantrips. I'll try it. I will just start on Island and I will Ponder. Drawing the Island and a second stock up doesn't seem awful. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. Aluren, stock up island. I don't want the second Aluren, but I'll take a land and another stock up to find the goods. Opponent got Windswept Heath into Basic Forest and Birds of Paradise. Okay. Another deck that's gonna ramp stuff out, it seems. I'll play this Misty. If I brainstorm, we'll see the Aluren and 2 new cards, and then I can shuffle stuff. I think that's fine. Ancient Tomb is kind of nice. And then I don't want this Hedge Maze. Put that back and put the second Aluren back. That's fine. And then I'll just pass the turn here. I'll fetch that Hedge Maze in there in step, so I don't have to draw any of that. Opponent's got a Bayou and Badgermole Cub. If this is elves again, I don't think it is because of the bird, but it's probably something similar. Quirion Ranger. Well, maybe it is another elf deck. They've picked up their land with the Quirion Ranger to make more mana with bird. Nantuko on Badgermole. That's messed up. I can't stop it, but that's messed up. Let's fetch a Hedge Maze. Maybe it'll just show me a Acererak. That'd be cool. I don't need a second one of these. If I put it in the graveyard, they know what I'm up to. That's fine. They probably already know what I'm up to because of the Hedge Maze. Another Ancient Tomb is definitely not what I wanted. Cast a stock up. Okay, there's a Acererak and Force of Will. That's what we want. So now I'm protected against whatever they're going to try and do this turn and can send it next turn. That's not the land I knew about. Go Misty Rainforest. Are they going to do the Nantuko thing? Probably. Because if they earthbend that Misty Rainforest, that's pretty messed up. So they have a second Badgermole. It's going to earthbend the Misty Rainforest, which will fetch, trigger another Spring Heart. Yeah, this is not cool what you're doing, opponent. This is not okay. A third Badger. Why not? Why shouldn't you have a third Badger? They're going to have a fourth Badger here in a second, I think. Basic Forest. Another Spring Heart trigger. Do you make fourth Badger? Looks like yes. Wild. This is just the goofiest thing. I love it. Yeah, so they're going to pick up one of these forests to untap bird, which will tap for a billion mana because of the 4 Badgers. Yeah, 5 mana. Sweet. Looks like a green sun. There's this natural order. Zenith for 3. What on earth does Zenith for 3 do? I'm worried if I don't force this that I'm gonna lose. But I don't know if this is actually something worth forcing. They're pretty much spent here. They have 1 green left. I guess they can keep bouncing forests to their hand to keep doing a bunch of things. Okay, it's fine. Grist. Okay. That is okay. I'm not worried about Grist. Not where I'm going. Okay. It looks like they are done doing things and are simply attacking me. This is fine. I accept. Okay, I have a second force. That's not going to be super useful. I'm just going to use basic island. There's probably not a world where this matters a ton. We'll just do it like this. Here is... Yeah, I guess there's a world where if I use Ancient Tomb, I can maybe both show and tell and stock up, but I don't think I need to. I will just go over top. Oh, they're untapping their bird. Okay, sure. Bunch of mana. What the heck? Seriously? In the main? Come on. Okay, well, that spell can't be countered. So I'm blown out again. Jeez. I think I just lose. They have so much. Yeah, okay. I cannot believe they had Abrupt Decay in the main and in hand. Okay. Veil of Summer, Engineered Explosives, Graph Digger, Cage, all coming in. What's coming out? Spell Pierce is out. 1 stock up, 1 ponder. We'll try that. Because of the Abrupt Decays, I think Veil actually makes a lot more sense than I realized last time. Let's try it. That's I cannot believe that they had exactly the perfect card to blow me out. That's so brutal. In game 1 even. In game 2, sure. Have your abrupt decays in. Game 1, come on. Unbelievable. This hand should be okay, I think. But it doesn't stop them at all. I'm actually going to mulligan. This hand is almost certainly worse. Let's mulligan again. Okay. Turn 1, show and tell Atraxa. I'm okay with this. Maybe that doesn't get blown out. Put 1 show and tell and the brainstorm on the bottom. Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, show and tell. Don't kill me. Don't ruin this. This is the only thing I've got. Atraxa. Okay. I don't care about Disruptor Flute. Not now. All right. Acererak has been Doot Fluted. That's fine. Seems as though that's maybe not the plan anymore. I can grab another Ancient Tomb as land. Force a Ponder. And yeah, I'm not even going to bother grabbing the Acererak. I'm just going to grab a second Atraxa. Atraxa is a blue card, so that works. I'll pass the turn. Hopefully turn 1 Atraxa on the play is good enough. Once upon a time. That's fine. Wasteland for my Ancient Tomb. That's fine. It already did its job. There's an Omniscience. Don't know that I care much about that right now. I'll put this Misty into play and go to combat. Attack with Atraxa. Do I ponder? I have other blue cards. Let's go ahead and ponder. I'll grab basic island. I'm not too worried about getting green right now. Okay, and I can just get it here anyway. I think ponder on bottom, then brainstorm, then flooded strand, and pass the turn. All right, they scooped it up there. I don't think I'm making any changes in the sideboard here. I'm just going to go back in. This has Aluren, Acererak, Force of Will. I don't think this... It's not super fast, and they've shown that they will put hate pieces on some of these. Or mulligan. Well, there's no lands here. Mulligan again. This is just the first hand, but worse. But now I think I have to keep it priced into it. Put Omni on bottom. Put Trop on bottom. Basic Forest into Zenith for 0. Oh, they're grabbing their Dryad Arbor. I didn't want the first one. I don't want the second one. I will play Island and pass the turn. They've got a Wasteland and something for 3. Oh, just kidding. Got another Zenith, this time for 1. I think that's fine. Okay, just grab the Ignoble Hierarch. That's fine. Dryad Arbor's gonna get in for 2. I'm gonna go ahead and brainstorm here. Okay, great. Here's Engineered Explosives. That's quite good. I'd like to shuffle away one of these Allurens for sure. And I'll put the explosives back on top to draw for turn. There's the explosives. I think explosives for 1 is really good. Explosive for 0 is not great unless they're doing the Badger Mole Nantuko stuff, but they can't do that as well if I have explosives for 1. So I think I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm here. Found City of Traders, stock up, and that Aluren that we knew about. I still don't want Aluren. I don't know that I need this City of Traders right now either. I think I'd rather have the stock up. So we'll do that. And I'll go ahead and fetch and put this explosives into play. I can't grab green without them wasting me off of it. So I'll just grab another basic island. That's fine for now. Explosives on 1 and pass. Thoughtseize. I don't think I can care about this. They took the force. That is scary. Hopefully I'm not just dead here. Got another wasteland. Spending 4 mana on something. Natural order. Interesting. Okay. What is this natural order for? Oh, this is Atraxa. Yeah. Okay. That seems bad. Disruptor Flute, Thoughtseizes, Abrupt Decays, and Badger Mole Cubs. I think this game is over. They kept Catacombs, Badger Mole, one of the Decays. which can blow up the explosives. Not that it really matters now that they already have the Atraxa. Oh, good. Lotus Petal. I don't even know what I would be looking for with this stock up. I mean, well, they have they have Disruptor Flute and Abrupt Decay. So I can't even take the Aluren combo stuff. I'm just dead here. There's nothing I can do. All right, GG opponent. Apparently, elves / natural order stuff is very good against this. They just have good answers for what I'm doing in their colors. Let's go to round 4 and see if we can bring this back. I'm on the draw this time. First time this league with a hand that's just looking for an Aluren to go off. Has Ponder to search a little. I'll try it. We don't know what the opponent's up to, so I can try this. Opponent's also a Misty Rainforest deck. Okay. Okay, there's a show and tell. That's not really the part that I was looking for. I will Tropical Island and Ponder. There's the Aluren I was looking for. Let's put Atraxa on bottom, then Aluren, then Lotus Petal. And we go for the win next turn. Opponent fetched as Xander's Lounge. Okay, we're probably playing some domain thing. There's a Tamiyo. Domain could be a problem because they could put. Oh, I don't have to do the show and tell though. I say they could put Leyline Binding in off of show and tell, which would be a problem, but I can just go Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, cast Aluren. So I will do that. Green. Yeah. Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, green, 2 mana Aluren. They're fetching in response. Uh-oh. Oh, do they have enough? They just straight up have domain already. Okay, so I should not do anything yet. I should wait until they make a move, and then I just go over top. Felia. Oh, right, because of Aluren. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Orcish Bowmasters. That's a little less fine, but it'll be all right. Let them attack. Felia's blinking out the Aluren. That makes sense. That's fine for now. I wasn't going to try and do stuff with it until you tried to Leyline Binding it, or until Veil of Summer is up. Veil doesn't actually help, though. So never mind. There's a Brainstorm. Flipping the Tamiyo. They fetch to Savannah. Felia brings back my Aluren. Yeah, there's just no way they're not. The way they fetched, there's no way they're not holding on to Leyline Binding. Or they're bluffing and I'm playing right into it. But I think new plan is to put Atraxa into play. Then they have 2 things to worry about. Yeah, I'll cast show and tell. We'll see what happens. They could put some stuff in that I'm not thrilled with, but things are going to get weird here, I think. All right, what'd they put into play? A Flooded Strand, it looks like. Okay, now I have a second Acererak, which means I can go over top still. So I grab that, Aluren, Scalding Tarn, Force of Will, stock up. It's pretty good Atraxa. Cool. So now I can go for this. Swords to Plowshares. I can force that. Or do I try and go over top here with the other Acererak? No, let's force that one. I'm still worried about Leyline Binding on the Aluren. I'll force that one. Yeah, that's fine. They fetched another Tundra. Drawing a card with Clue. So they don't have it. I'll just go over top this. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you, Aluren, and double Acererak. Let's go to the sideboard. This looks like a good carpet match. Veil will be pretty good. Maybe not strictly necessary. I think I might cut a Pierce. I'm not sure what else to cut here. 1 stock up. Maybe I don't need to go all in on carpet. Maybe just 2 carpets. Yeah, I'm not sure much of the rest of this matters. I'm not sure how much Veil matters, to be honest. If their removal is mostly white, maybe my job is just to go fast. I could bring in Force of Vigors to blow up the domain enchantment, Leyline Binding. I don't have a ton. Yeah, let's try that. Let's do one Force of Vigor just to see if that comes in handy. I have 2 lands and some very good show and tell things to do. I will try this and hope I find another land. Opponent's got basic island this time. I will Misty for basic and go ahead and ponder. We found a 3rd land. Let's do stock up, ponder, Scalding Tarn. Don't shuffle and pass the turn. Opponent didn't have a 2nd land, apparently. That seems bad for them. I will put a Scalding Tarn out. Go ahead and fetch to shuffle the stuff I know about. Grab another basic and cast Ponder. I don't know why my basics don't match. I did not pay attention to what I was doing, apparently, when I put this together. I will put... that's interesting. I kind of want all of these. What do I want to put in my hand right now? What am I the least worried about them? If they Thoughtseize, I don't want them to take me all the way off of Show and Tell, I think. So let's put Aluren on bottom, Acererak, Show and Tell. And then I'll go ahead and pass the turn. Okay, opponent does have a 2nd land now. They're going to go ahead and fetch. They got Bayou. Okay, and this is why I did what I did. They can't take me all the way off of doing things here, which they might not fully know. They might just take the Omniscience, not knowing that I'm about to draw Acererak anyway. Maybe they already have an answer for that line. But I'm pretty loaded up here. They took the Atraxa. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll find out here in a second. Grab Trop. Might mean that they have just Force for Show and Tell and then a 2nd Thoughtseize, but we'll find out. Let's go ahead and put the Show and Tell on the stack. Yep, there's the Force. That's just fine. I can send it again next turn, or I can stock up in between, try and find some protection. Oh, they did have another Thoughtseize. Okay, that sucks. Pretty bad for me. Although it's still not like great for them because I could just draw a land and play Aluren. Okay, they took the Acererak. I've only got 3 cards in hand. I did draw a land, but it's Hedge Maze. Do I think I should just shove Show and Tell again? Yeah, let's try it. Them taking Acererak probably means that they just weren't worried about the Show and Tell Omniscience, but I guess this can whiff, whereas that was already ready to win the game. Yeah, they've got the Leyline Binding. Okay, that makes sense. I'll play Hedge Maze. Don't want Ancient Tomb. I'll pass the turn. Yeah, Thoughtseize, Leyline Binding was very good for the extremely loaded up hand that I had. Opponent's got a Trop. Warping in a Rizzler with only 1 card in hand, so I get to draw 2 cards. That's all they've got going on. Another Hedge Maze isn't really what I'm looking for. I will stock up. Carpet is very nice. Let's see. If I take Carpet stock up, I can stock up again. I don't hate that. No, I can't. That's not how math works. Carpet. I still think it's Carpet stock up. Yeah. Carpet. Another Hedge Maze. I don't need more land. Yeah, they only have 2 islands, so no, I'm not going to worry about it. Flooded Strand. You get me a 3rd island? Let me cast this stock up for free? They did. Deafening Silence. That's really good. Well, it stops some stuff. It doesn't actually stop the Aluren line. Yes, make blue. Cast a stock up. We'll take Atraxa Flooded Strand. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, I need a 2nd Carpet to be able to cast Atraxa. Unlucky. That's fine still. I'll take Atraxa Brainstorm. And then I will pass the turn. They cycled off their Xander's Lounge, looks like. If I find a Lotus Petal or a 2nd Carpet, I can cast this Atraxa. None of this is any of that. Let's put back Ancient Tomb, Veil of Summer. I'll draw the Veil, which is fine enough. I will make blue again to cast another stock up. Okay, we found the Lotus Petal. Definitely want that. I guess Force of Will to have another blue card, because I do have enough mana here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I should have plenty to cast Atraxa. Okay, I'll pass the turn here. My opponent hasn't done anything for a while, but it looks like they have Up the Beanstalk. If I force this, they can't force back, and I can't force on my turn because I need the Lotus Petal. I could be super patient and well, I still okay. Let's think about this. If I am super patient here, I can cast the Carpet this turn or the Lotus Petal this turn. Next turn, I can protect my Atraxa with a Veil of Summer. Sure, make Carpet mana, make green. Play second Carpet, then pass the turn. No, I don't need more mana from Carpet right now. Yeah, I think this is the way to play this. I think I just have to be patient. They're not doing anything either. That's pretty unfortunate. Yes, use Carpet. This doesn't work. That's going to be so bad. They probably will have another Leyline Binding. They only have 3 cards. I'm going to go for it. All right. I need to make a blue and a green. Is that enough mana for Atraxa? We'll leave the white in the pool. It doesn't really matter. Okay. There's Atraxa in. They have swords. Unfortunately, Veil of Summer doesn't help me against swords, but I still get this. Okay. I can grab Acererak. I can grab... Yeah, I would say, I think I can just win here because I can Besage You the Deafening Silence and just go for the win. Awesome. Okay, that was kind of fun. That was a weird little standstill matchup that we got going. Positive Record is still alive. Time to go into the final round. I'm on the play here in the final round. Fighting for the Positive Record. This is super fast Omniscience into turn 2 Omniscience with a stock up. I'll try it. Lead on the Misty Rainforest. Do I go ahead and ponder? I think I do. Just off of basic island. I don't want to get wastelanded off of my show and tell. Oh, and now we have Aluren available to us. I will draw the stock up for now, just in case there's... I mean, I guess if there's a Thoughtseize around, it's going to be a problem regardless. But either way, we'll just do Aluren stock up and pass the turn. Opponent is also an island gamer and a Tamiyo. Okay, then they're passing the turn. I'm a little worried about sending this show and tell unprotected. I'm gonna try it anyway. They have a Force of Negation. Okay. That's fine. I'll just pass the turn there. I can start stocking up now. Unfortunately, because I fetched basic island, I'm not really 1 land drop away from Aluren, but that's okay. Opponent's got a Tundra. Okay. Another Azorius or more color, probably control-y deck, especially if they had main deck Force of Negation. That tells me this is likely a control deck. Right, I knew I was drawing another Aluren. That's fine. I will stock up. They're drawing a card off of their clue. Okay, here we go. I have Force of Will and another show and tell to shove. And then I will pass the turn. So I can send this again next turn with protection this time. Tamiyo is going to make another clue. They're drawing off of their clue already. Okay. Didn't even get out of combat first. Another island. Do I have a ponder to flip the Tamiyo? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go ahead and shove show and tell. They've got Force of Will. I've also got Force of Will. I'll exile this stock up. Okay. Do they have a second piece? No. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put the Aluren in. Great. They just put a land in. I'll cast a Acererak. Because if I do Omniscience, I can get backup Aluren in. That's probably better. Yeah, if I get blown out here... Well, if I get blown out here, it's probably by swords, and second Aluren doesn't actually help me with that. A road. Okay. If I search for a basic, I lose my City of Traders. Oh, but I still have a land drop for turn, so that's honestly okay. Yep, you've got a road. Yeah, I'll use the ability. I'll get basic forest. Oh, this is only when I play a land too, so it actually is extra fine. Go into Lost Mine of Phandelver again. Leave that on top. I think maybe I don't play my land this turn since they gave me a free one anyway. I'll just pass. Okay, so I definitely... Wow. I don't know. I probably should have gone Omniscience, Aluren, then Acererak. The way that they interacted, it didn't matter, but I do think that was a mistake. I should do that better in the future. Tamiyo attacks and makes another clue. They already drew it. Does Tamiyo flip yet? Yep. All right. Here's a ponder, so Tamiyo's going to flip. Tamiyo ticks up. Go to my turn. I will start with a stock up. I guess I could hedge maze first. No, that's not worth it. This looks deep enough. I don't need to surveil something first. Oh, wow. They're going to force of will my stock up. Puts them down to 1 card in hand. Okay. That's fine. I think I will go ahead and play the hedge maze now. I will still have 3 mana. And now I get a look. I don't need an Atraxa right now. Okay, I'll pass the turn. Tamiyo's buying back Force of Will. That sucks real bad. And that's all they did. Okay, I'm going to brainstorm and hope it doesn't lock me out. Good news, we found a fetch land. I'm going to put back second Aluren and Tropical Island. Play my fetch land and pass the turn. I don't think this Spell Pierce will probably do much, but it might do more than nothing. Tamiyo ticked back up. That's probably all that they're doing. Oh, they've got a brainstorm. Nothing I can do about that. I will fetch another hedge maze in the instep. Just looking for something to do. Another Acererak is something to do. I might just hold on to this, though. We know they have a Force of Will in hand, so there's actually no point in me casting this. They can force and pay for Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn. Unfortunately, I do think in a draw-go mirror, my opponent is hugely favored, but we'll see what happens. Tamiyo ticked back up to 5. I found a Trop. That's not super helpful. I will play it, though. Tamiyo's ticked up to 7. So I need to find something to do immediately. I can't even... Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I can cast. Okay. That isn't helpful. We know they have Force of Will. We know they have mana up. I'm just going to keep making land drops, I guess. If they draw half their deck with Tamiyo here, which I imagine they're going to do, then I think the game is over. Oh yeah, they have a second Tamiyo already. So yeah, there's no reason not to explode that one. This one will flip, and I probably can never win this game. How are they going to win this game? They've literally shown me nothing that attacks for damage or does any amount of damage to me. I'm just going to F6. Then they can do whatever they want. Okay, Murktide, sure. Now I believe I'm dead. I will concede here. Okay, Carpet of Flowers, huge yet again. Veil of Summer should be pretty good. I don't know what else matters. I don't have Tamiyo removal that isn't Engineered Explosives, which is a terrible way to do that. Bring in Lotus Petals. Spell Pierce is not a thing I need. I think I'm going to cut my forces too. Like, I think they are playing this game. I don't need to be. I should be trying to kill them. Maybe 1 stock up. I think this is just about going fast. I'll try that. Carpet, Acererak, Aluren, stock up. Sure, I'll keep this. Misty. We didn't see any Wastelands out of them. That doesn't mean they don't have them, but I think I'm willing to risk it. Put this carpet into play. This should be an extremely good carpet matchup. Of course, they... Okay, well, I didn't see those at all game 1. And they immediately have it. That's okay. Atraxa is not useful here. I'll just play this Flooded Strand and pass the turn. They've also got a Flooded Strand. Fortunately for me, that means it won't be mana. Did fetching here even make sense? It probably didn't. Oh well. Yep, leave that on top. I will ponder. Found an ancient tomb. I don't need another Atraxa. And another ponder. Let's put Atraxa on bottom and then ponder, draw the ancient tomb. That seems fine. I'll play the tomb and I'll pass. Okay, not another wasteland. That's good for me. Opponent still isn't putting any islands into play for me. It's a little unfortunate. I think I would like to try to stock up here. That is apparently something that they are willing to force. Okay, that's fine. I will play a hedge maze to get this other Atraxa out of here. I will pass the turn. Opponent finally played an island for me. Yes, make a blue. I would like to ponder off of that blue. Maybe I can find a force of will. None of that is force of will. I could place show and tell to try and bait them, and then next turn I can just play Aluren. Yeah. Okay. Atraxa on bottom, then stock up, then show and tell. I don't want to get got by Spell Pierce. I'll put the Lotus Petal into play. Show and tell. And then if this eats counter magic, if this doesn't eat counter magic, I could potentially just go for it. But I think I just want to put the Atraxa into play if it does resolve. Fill my hand back up before I try and do anything else. Hard cast Force of Negation. Okay, that's fine. Opponent's gonna brainstorm, play a basic island, and pass the turn. So they have 3 islands now. Yes, I will use carpet. Make blue. So that's a free stock up. I'm gonna do that. They had another Force of Negation. Okay, that's fine. Do I think that they have anything else? That's so... It's risky. I'm gonna try it. I can't just not ever do anything. Okay, they had another force. We're back in garbage time. Yep. I can just start casting Acererak with this carpet. I honestly might do that. Yes, make black. Do I have enough mana to cast Atraxa? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, I do. Let's just try and hard cast an Atraxa. I need... Great. Okay, we got an Atraxa into play. At least refill my hand. That's fine. You have refilled my life total, and I'm refilling my hand. And I have another one in my hand currently. How close am I to casting an Omniscience? And I guess I'm taking it regardless because it's a enchantment. I can take Veil. I don't even need the show and tell anymore. Lotus Petal, City of Traders, Acererak. I mean, I guess I take a show and tell. Very big Atraxa. Totally filled my hand. City of Traders, Lotus Petal. Oh, I can just put a show and tell on the stack now. They only have 1 card in hand. Let's try it. We'll use the black mana, whatever. Oh, put Omniscience into play. Okay, and now I just cast Atraxa. Now I have second carpet, not that that matters. Misty, Ponder, a third Acererak, go into the Lost Mine, Yield, Dark Pool. Okay, now we just keep going. All right, they believe me. To game 3. I don't think I'm changing anything. Be nice to just do it a little faster without them countering all of my things. Carpet, stock up, sure. Basic island, and a ponder. Found another ancient tomb, not really what I was looking for. I will simply fetch a tropical island and put a carpet of flowers into play. They are forcing my carpet of flowers. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. There's a wasteland. Unfortunate. Okay, I will play island and pass the turn. A veil for future fights. Opponent just played an island and passed. I can try and stock up here. Fluster. Okay. That kind of sucks to get got by a fluster with no storm count, but whatever. No, don't pay for it. That's fine. We've been here before. We can play this grindy little game. Cycled off Aluren, revealed. Opponent plays a Tundra. There's an Omniscience. Someday that might be useful. Let's cast Ponder. Found a Acererak, another Veil, and a Hedge Maze. I think I'm... that's interesting. Do I want any of these? I guess a Acererak could be decent, and then I can shuffle away the rest. Yeah, that's the plan. Play the Scalding Tarn and pass the turn. Opponent just plays a Flooded Strand and passes. I will fetch Hedge Maze. Yeah, I'm good with a Stock Up. Put that on top. Play Ancient Tomb. Cast Stock Up. Force of Negation. Am I willing to Veil here? I have to do something eventually. Yeah, I'm going to Veil. I'm running out of things to do. Okay, Lotus Petal, Aluren. Almost gets me there. Go ahead and play the Lotus Petal. Not quite there. Okay. I'll pass. Opponent's got Mystic Sanctuary. Gonna pick up the Lorien revealed. Okay, sure. Prismatic Vista. Grabbed a Basic Plains. Oh, there's full on casting the Lorien revealed. Well, hopefully they didn't find counter magic. Okay, I found a Ponder, which means I can look for Veil. I'm going to do that. Show and Tell also is not terrible because that can be more than one send. Yeah, okay. That works. Show and Tell, Acererak, Show and Tell. Do not shuffle. So let's do... Oh, it can't be more than one send. Not this turn, at least. That's okay. We'll send Show and Tell first. They had Force of Will for that. That's fine. I'll play Hedge Maze. We know what's there. I'm going to leave it on top because if they have swords, I can use that to protect my Acererak line. This is going to be a close one, I think. Well, that's bad. And then they're flow stating. Okay. It's not good, but it's still kind of okay. This turn I'm drawing a Acererak, but next turn I draw another Show and Tell. I do have a basic. So we just pass the turn here. There's a Tamiyo. If this gets countered, I am super cooked. They only have 3 cards in hand. I'm going for it. Okay. That sucks. Okay, so now we're just chilling until I can draw lands or something. Yeah, and I never even... Oh, geez, and there's a Murktide. Okay. Well, this game's maybe over. Okay. Okay. We're maybe okay. I just need to draw a mana source. If I draw a land before this Murktide kills me, which means I have to draw a land right now, maybe I'm okay. And it can't be Ancient Tomb. I have to draw a land that is not Ancient Tomb, and then somehow, them not have force in their hand. Okay. Don't draw Ancient Tomb. Draw basic forest. Dang it. All right. Surgicaling the carpet. Yeah, I mean, GG's opponent. That was really close. That was a fun matchup. So that was Aluren Show and Tell. I can't believe I paired into 2 elf decks or 2 like cradle control-y decks that just had perfect answers the whole time. That was really unfortunate. I do really like this deck. This is super fun. I think if I were playing, like picking a deck to play all the time, there's a good chance I would pick this one. This is super fun. Aluren and Acererak. Really love that. I do kind of wish I had more removal options in the sideboard, but I get that this is not a deck that's trying to stop the opponent from doing things. You're just trying to go fast and kill your opponent. Overall, super cool deck. It was a lot of fun to play, and I think that's all I have to say about it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.